And welcome back to the CharCole Sports Show, Season 3, Episode 3 on the third weekday of the 3 episode. We're happy to be with you. Fine Wednesday. Actually, on a Wednesday night. Not fine, as it started to rain. Can you turn it up on the headphones a little bit, please?
Yeah, you got it.
Perfect. Not fine Wednesday night as we walked in a little bit of not even a garden variety shower, as Jay Troback would say. More of just a make you angry drizzle. That's what we're working with right now. But no, anyways, happy to be with you. And if you're watching on YouTube, pretty big stuff happened. Cole just informed me that we actually got the name of the channel changed, as well as the logo to the actual logo and our actual name. So, hey, we're going up in the world. It was about time.
Yeah, I mean, like I was telling you, I just tried it. I'm like, you know what? I got a little time to kill. I mean, I really didn't, but I told myself I had a little bit of time to kill. I was like, yeah, let's just try it out. And apparently YouTube made it way easier than it has been in the past.
I remember how bad it used to be.
So, like, it used to be like a whole day process. They'd send you an email, and I typed it in, press save, and I'm like, yep, it'll show up in the next about 4 hours. I'm like, oh, really? And it showed up in like 30 seconds. So we're back. We're here.
We are back. And I'm getting my last pick locked in right now. You're going to like this one, Kev.
Yeah, you think so? I'm not even going to look at it.
Okay.
Well, I will have to look at it eventually because I have to load it into this thing. But
you're going to like this one. We'll wait to the end of the show for this, but obviously.
That's what I like to hear.
All right. Diabolical right there. Anyways, USD Sports, Cole, the football team gets a win, and Travis Johansson gets his first notch on the belt of hopefully many in his career. John Acree, appreciate you stopping in and checking out the show. John, USD, not what they were. SDSU, not what they were, but one better than the other. I think Northern Colorado was a good football team, but I think a lot of USD fans are comparing themselves to last season in many capacities and how good that offense was, but as well as the defense. The offensive line was very good for us last year, won us a lot of games. But it's nothing against the offensive line this weekend because a man by the name of LJ Phillips, I wish I knew his legal name, a man by the name of LJ Phillips just so happened to rush over 300 yards himself, 301 yards on the ground for LJ Phillips. That is not only his season or his career high, it is a USD second in USD history, most in the D1 era, a bunch of other fun stuff.
Oh yeah,
LJ. And I have a fun quote that I can't wait to that I sent you earlier yesterday. The quote that I sent you yesterday. We'll get to that. But LJ, quite the character, good person, great human being. Couldn't be happier for him. But you can see these stats on your screen right now. One name, that I think that we could talk about a little bit more, Cole, and I would like to. The quarterback play, Aiden Bauman. I think he looked better throughout the game, but right away was very shaky, in my opinion.
I agree.
LJ Phillips obviously does his thing, but when your quarterback settles in, I think the whole team settles in, and I partially believe that if that wasn't the case, that game may not have gone to overtime, Cole. But big props to the defensive line. My sister says it in her article this week in the issue of the Volant, which Cole is writing for now as well. Check it out. A little sidebar, a little shameless plug. Check it out. It's the Volant right there. You can check it out, grab it if you're a USD member. It's also online. Look up the Volant online. But in my sister's article, I believe it's towards the middle part of the article, Cole, I think it says that USD stopped Northern Colorado 6 times inside the 20 and 3 times turned them over on downs. Can you confirm that?
The Coyotes defense forced the Bears to turn the ball over on downs 3 times inside the 20-yard line on Saturday. It says it right there.
And forced them to a field goal on 3 other tries, I believe.
Here's the entire. Here, I'll read the entire paragraph. USD forced UNC to either a field goal or a turnover on 6 occasions inside the red zone. They forced the Bears to turn the ball over on downs 3 times inside the 20-yard line.
Do you know how crazy that's
Saturday? That's unbelievable. I mean, this game it should have been. I don't know if maybe not should have been is the word, but it very easily could have been like a 20-point game.
Right. From where I was sitting, I took photos for a quarter, or helped facilitate the photos for a quarter, and then I went and sat up in the student section. In Cole, there was a definite. There it is, Cole. There it is.
We got all the articles here. Again, volantonline.com if you want to read them as well.
And the actual PDF version should be up there. If it's not, we'll make sure it's there.
It wasn't as of 2 hours ago.
I can work on that. Anyways, but you could definitely tell, Cole, a serious physical size disadvantage between our defensive line and their offensive line. Props to UNC, but our defensive line was just bigger, better, faster, meaner, and pretty much was the reason that 6 times inside the 20, UNC had to either turn it over on downs or kick a field goal on 3 of those. So you got to tip your cap to the defensive line. I think the defensive line was the difference in that ball game. So shout out D-line, Chris Dixon, Mosai Newsome, specifically the interior of that defensive line. Cole, question for you. If we want to talk about like some serious depth of the game, we can go box score wise. My one question for you is, how do you feel about the defensive end room, specifically the pass rush? ? Go.
Well, here's the deal. I think Northern Colorado had a very clear plan in mind, and they were going to get the ball out, and they're going to get it out quickly. And for a majority of the game, I mean, you look at their receiving yards, they had 336 yards in the air, 1 touchdown, which is absolutely insane. Listen to the stat line here. 28 for 39, 336 yards. How many touchdowns would you normally associate with that kind of stat line?
Probably 3 or 4.
3 or 4? 1, which is absolutely insane to think about. But they, like I said, they had a clear game plan on what they wanted to do. They were going to try to run it in this weird formation with their what I later learned was he was their quarterback who then transitioned to tight end. But he was just taking – I mean, it didn't make any sense.
When I first saw that, I was like, why do we have 4 to 5 cornerbacks on the field? ? When they brought him out and they ran that, they kept running that power to the right side.
Every time.
Which worked for us great. I mean,
yeah.
Our right side of our offensive line, I mean, shout out. But anyways, they ran that power to the right side with their quarterback / tight end / running back, fullback thing. Yeah. And I was counting, we had 4 defensive backs on the field when they had 1 wide receiver out there.
Yeah. I don't know. It just, maybe they didn't show it in the 2 weeks before. Maybe they saw something on film that they could exploit of ours.
But at the half,
they didn't. They hardly attempted it after the halftime,
right?
Which I think is a tell sign. But still, I mean, it was so weird to watch that, and just like every time they'd go out there, I'd tell Town like, you've got 45 at quarterback, 4 as your running back, and he just snapped it, either quick handoff or a little. You can't even call it an RPO because he wasn't going to pass.
Right. So, but at the same time, USD had to respect it, which I get. But Cole, as you know, and many adept college football fans know, the defense gets the opportunity to match up with the offense after they see personnel. So if they see 12 personnel, they know that associates to 1 running back and 2 tight ends. Well, when they see 12 personnel out there, they think that means, okay, well, if we have 1 running back and 2 tight ends, that means we have 2 receivers out there.
Right.
Not quite.
Right.
No. We have 1 running back and 2 tight ends. 1 tight end's in the backfield. The other tight end's on the line. The wide receiver's not in the game, and the running back standing next to him. So our defense is, matching up probably with 3 defensive backs out there and throwing another one safety over the top, because that's just typically you always have a safety out there.
Yep.
So that's a really great thing to kind of come out with if you want to beat USD. But you just knew that we were going to adapt to that, because we just could not match up personnel correctly the first few times, because we kept saying, oh, it's 12 personnel. And they would bring a running back out there with 2 tight ends, and that second tight end would just go to quarterback, and we were all confused. That's what really got me going. I was very upset about that we weren't matching up to that. That was just one of my nitpicky points of that game.
Yeah, I agree. It's just they just kept on running it, and it just seemed like no matter what we did, we just could not stop it. But,
we're getting old, Cole.
I guess. I showed him my email. But hey, a win is a win. We survive in advance.
Right. Good teams find a way to win.
Yep.
That's how it
And
is.
as stressful as it might have been there at the end with Northern Colorado having 4 chances at it to win the game, they had 4 runs from inside the 5-yard line before they ended up kicking the field goal. But yeah, it was absolutely insane. But like you said, a win is a win.
Shall we flip the page to this week?
I think we shall.
So let's talk about this week's matchup. We got the Drake Bulldogs in town. It's the family weekend / blackout and Cole. Drake plays SDSU last week, a little closer than SDSU fans may have hoped. It's a good tell for us right away to see where we're at against, a pretty solid Drake team, but to kind of see where we fit in the valley as far as, you don't really want to judge and say, hey, if we beat Drake by 2 and SDSU beats Drake by 30, then they're 28 points better than us. Common opponents are nice and everything, but we'll get a better idea of how we're matching up before playing a really, really big game the following week at Fargo or at North Dakota State in Fargo. Cole, Drake's not what they used to be. They weren't the team that rolled into Vermilion last year where we stomped all over him. Travis Tice just decided to have the best game of his career. They're not the same Drake team. That's for sure.
Yeah, I would agree. What
do you want to see from this USD team on Saturday against a Drake team who I think is going to dominate the trenches more than they ever have? I'm not going to say I know they will. It's just because of how much they have changed and evolved. And if for fans, spectators, and college football fans, if you're not a college football fan watching this podcast, be one because it's great. But second of all, Drake is a non-scholarship institution, Cole. So it's not like they're getting money from the NCAA to give scholarships out. So to be able to have a program like Drake, how much of this game, Cole, how much of this matchup versus Drake has to play into effect to that? Because last year, not a ton of guys on scholarship, or no guys on scholarship. But hey, we're a solid football team. How much of it, and this is one thing we could talk about this for a long time, but how much of this, Cole, I'm trying to figure out the way I want to say this. Does the transfer portal affect Drake is what I'm trying to say. They're not there for money.
Right. They're there for the love of the game.
Right. So, I mean, I think that team dynamic.
Well, non-scholarship, you can still get NIL then, probably.
Right.
I would imagine.
I'm sure. Wonder how that's. I'd really like to know. I just like to sit down with someone from Drake someday and be like, all right, tell me about how this works. How do you get guys to come play football?
That'd be interesting.
How do you get guys to come play football for you?
I have no idea, but here's the deal. They've had 3 quarterbacks this season already. Their leading rusher has 22 carries for 80 yards. Their second leading rusher is their quarterback.
I'm going to highlight something. I got to show you this.
Listen, this is a team that if we can get in there and stop the run down immediately, they're going to have to throw the ball, which is it's kind of where we struggle. But I think we should be able to get I think we'll be able to get things rolling pretty quickly, hopefully. But the thing is, you got to get out early. We can't be just hanging around here. I don't know where you put that, but I'm waiting for it. But
what's that?
I don't know. What are you going to show me?
I was going to show you something. I'm just going to tell you where to look because it's hilarious.
Okay.
So go to the game notes, okay?
Okay. Like the actual game notes?
The actual game notes against Drake.
Yep. Got it.
Under key storylines, you see a win would like that on the first page. Yep. Be better than a loss.
Oh yeah, he's had that on.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he's had that on every game so
I've
far.
never
Steve Carlson. Shout out SID Steve, Statman Steve. He's great. Said he was going to return my pen on Saturday. Did not. So I'll have to get after about that. It's just I lent him a pen during a soccer game, and he was hell-bent on giving it back. So that's the only reason I'm bringing it up. But
darn it,
he's great. That media guide, if you ever get yourself an hour just to yourself, just read through that thing. That's how much information. I mean, an hour will get you through half of it probably.
Right. That's
it is so impressive. And he types that all up in Photoshop. Did you know that?
What?
I watched him do it at least the page that he was working on, he was actually editing the text in Photoshop.
Oh, Steve.
Now, I don't know if that was just one page that he's going to insert into the whole thing or not.
That's crazy, man.
But maybe he was just doing some fine tuning, I guess. But he was working in Photoshop on the deal.
I want to get something up here. Hold on.
I don't know. But yes, a win would be better than a loss. That is correct. And SID Steve has gotten that. We got Jay Elson and Andre Fields again on Midco. That's good.
Yeah, that is sweet.
They do a good job.
I am trying to
as much as I don't say we, but people have maybe ragged on Midco Sports in the past. They do a good job.
They do.
And compared to the ESPN Plus crews that come in for playoffs,
oh man,
Midco is 1,000 times better.
And they understand like the community. They understand the people that are watching.
Yeah.
They don't say Coyotes.
They don't say Coyotes. They don't say Bowman. The Northern Colorado radio guys. So story time here. I'm going to full screen myself. Story time. All right. So I help spot Tom Jones, the PA announcer. So I'm sitting right beside him, and right beside us is it's somebody's office. I don't know who it is actually, but we're up top in the suites in the glass box, and beside us is always the visiting radio. Well, a majority of the teams, they always have their door shut, which is good. You know, do whatever you want. John Thayer, they always have their door shut on the USD side as well, which is 2 boxes to our right. And all of a sudden, we get about halfway through the second quarter, and somebody had them like run down and grab a paper or something, or run to the bathroom, and the door just never got shut again. Which I'm like, okay, whatever. But they consistently, throughout the entire game, said Aiden Bowman. Aiden Bowman.
And there was, I know how Steve operates, there was a pre-production meeting.
1,000,000%.
There was a media guide. There was a pronunciation guide.
Yes. It is listed like 9 times in there. It's Bowman, Aiden Bowman, and the Coyotes, not the Coyotes and Bowman.
The guys who did
And the worst part of it was when the game got close, they got louder. And as they got louder, their voice started to sound more like this. Aiden Bowman, back to pass. Always going to hand it off to LJ Phillips. Oh, and he got the first down.
I'd like to find that.
That's a bit of an exaggeration, but listen, it got so bad that I just about went over there and shut their door because I said because we got headsets for our whole production staff. And I'm just like, if these guys say Bowman one more time, and then Tom looks over at me and says a word that I can't say on air, but he said, if these guys blanking say Bowman again, I'm going to lose it. And they said it the whole game. It's I don't get it. I don't get it. How can you?
We're lucky with what we have.
Listen, I agree. But it was so miserable to listen to the entire game. And then we go over to overtime, and I'm trying to have Tom Witt because we had to read the overtime rules over the PA. I don't know if we have to, but we did. And they're just talking and talking and talking and talking and talking. I get it, got to fill time. But it was literally about nothing. They're just going in circles. It's like, how can we – it's an overtime game. How can we so out of content that we're just running in circles right now going into the overtime? I don't know. Anyway, Midco Sports was great. Coyote Radio and Learfield, Coyote Sports Network on Learfield does awesome.
I was going to say
the Northern Colorado. If anybody from Howling Podcast is listening to this, the Northern Colorado radio announcers, my iChart of the week.
That's awesome. Cole, we were talking about Steve Carlson a bit ago. I just got the tweet up on the 15th of August. Steve posted, proud of this one. This is the biggest project I've completed to date. 110 plus pages of content. Really happy with how it turned out. Now, when I tell you this should be one of those tweets you're like, yeah, I need to like this. I need to retweet it. I need to share it. It ended up getting 46 likes and 5.3 total views and 3 retweets. Now, this is so sad because Steve does such a wonderful job.
Yeah.
And this deserves
and that was the
at least 40,000
was the media guide.
Yes.
110 pages of the media guide. That's not even the game notes.
Right.
Because the one we're talking about has just the game notes. That's like 40 something pages.
Yeah.
The media guide's 110 pages of information.
Steve's the GOAT is what I'm trying to get.
It is so the entire communications department. I mean, they're all great.
They do very good.
They're all great. Ethan has endless supplies of gum. in his bag. Fun fact.
Huh. I'll have to go steal some.
He doesn't like that.
No?
No, he doesn't like giving it out. It's for him. It's for him and whoever he's working with.
Oh, so Zach gets it all.
Oh, yeah.
Zacky Poo can hook me up.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Also, apparently, I've been told he is very good at spotting for volleyball stats.
Really?
And I got the chance to listen to him a couple times. He keeps up really well, like faster than I think I could. Like, it's impressive.
Like auctioneer speed?
Not quite, but you got to be pretty close. It's always dig number, set number, attack number, and then if it doesn't go over, it's clear or continuer. I mean, he's got that thing down.
That's sweet. Good for Zach.
Yeah. Yep. Shout out Zach. Shout out my boy.
Shout out. Cole.
Yes, sir.
The Drake Bulldogs coming into town Saturday. Be there. First 500 students get a black jersey.
Which
pretty
looks sweet.
It does look sweet. Cole, I want to drop a quote in that I heard yesterday in class.
Yeah. Gotta be careful now.
Yeah.
I can mute you here, but I can't mute you here.
Well, we're good on YouTube, but I was in a class yesterday with LJ Phillips, the Missouri Valley Football Player of the Week. Probably should be the FCS Player of the Week.
He was Offensive Player of the Week.
He was the FCS. Okay,
Yeah.
well, perfect.
National. Yep.
National Player of the Week as well. Sits right behind me. And Joey Nelson was asking him, a bunch of random stuff about this week and Drake. And LJ proceeds to tell Joey that I got to get it up. I saw what you're freaking out about as well. We'll talk about that.
Yeah, I got breaking news as soon as this is done.
So I text Cole. This is what LJ said. We're going to pass for at least 700 yards and 7 or 8 touchdowns. This is paraphrasing. I had to read it a couple times in my head. It's 7 or 8 touchdowns because he thinks that their defensive backs are so bad. Says the guy who just rushed for 300 yards the week before. I thought the irony there was excellent.
Yeah.
Pretty funny stuff there from LJ Phillips. Great guy.
Breaking news from 6:09 p.m. Central. The NCAA eliminates spring transfer portal window for football. They are officially moving to a single offseason transfer portal window, the NCAA announced today. The Division I Administrative Committee voted to approve a legislative change that eliminates the spring transfer window, but did not sign off on establishing January 2nd through the 11th as the lone portal window. In response to feedback from student athletes, the FBS and FCS football oversight committees will discuss modifying the dates and length of the proposed January window. The administrative committee will consider those adjustments when they meet in October. Breaking news, there is now one transfer portal window in football.
Good.
But why is it January 2nd through the 11th? Make it like February when everything's done.
Yes,
Make it after the season.
And make it so that the coaches can't just up and decide that, hey, if I'm an offensive coordinator for Indiana and we're in the college football playoff, I'm going to have a lot of head coaching offers for group of four or five, whatever it is now, group of 4 schools. Yeah. Or the classic Jason Eck up in Brookings when he gets recruited to go, where did he go before? To Idaho.
Yeah.
Before he goes to New Mexico. And talk about Jason Eck right now. What a guy. He just, who did he beat? He's on a heater. I don't know. He's in the news. Shout out Jason Eck.
Yeah. Who did they play? I can't remember, but they beat him.
They did. Anyways, I'm not a fan of specifically coaches and players being able to hit the portal before this season's completely over. It hurts the players who are actually being and coaches who are actually being successful, specifically the teams. If the coaches are checked out and flying on a Tuesday night on a private jet to,
I agree.
Moscow, Idaho.
Yeah, I agree.
Which, let me tell you, someday I'll tell that story from the perspective that I know. And what the morale around the STSU football team was like when that happened. Story for another
time. Let's move on, shall we? USD volleyball are now 6-3 on the season. They went 2-1 in the Coyote Invitational. Pull it up here on YouTube. Oh, and it just went away. And there it is. They defeated Green Bay on Thursday, 3-0, 25-19, 25-17. And 25-16 in front of a respectable 1,100 people inside the Sanford Coyote Sports Center. Then on Thursday, They took on Florida Gulf Coast and got the reverse sweep victory. They lost sets 1 and 2, 25-23 and 27-25 before taking 3, 4, and 5, 25-20, 25-21, and 15-13, and solid 1,200 people in attendance as well. And then they took on 17th ranked Kansas on Saturday. They unveiled the championship banner, which is like a championship pole pretty much inside the SCSC. In the whiteout, about 1,800 people in attendance to number 17 Kansas. They lost 3 sets to none, 25-16, 25-16, and 25-14. So as you can read the recap on the USD website, or you can pick up this week's copy of the Volant or go online to volantonline.com. And, not the Volant Online, it's just volantonline.com. And here in the sports section, you got a story by the guy by the name of Cole Larsch. Who in the world is that guy? Probably a terrible writer, but he's got a nice little story there about the USD volleyball team.
I did not read your story. Just since we're roommates, I had our other editor check your story out. Cole, did you talk about the other games happening besides ours in your story?
Besides ours?
Besides ours?
No.
Well,
I did not.
Let me tell you, that Kansas team was good.
I know
they are good.
I got a chance to watch them. I did the PA announcing for the one on Thursday, where they got the win over Florida Gulf Coast.
Sure,
and they were very good. Florida Gulf Coast is a solid team too. I think if we ranked the 4 teams that attended, it'd be Kansas, South Dakota, Florida Gulf Coast, and Green Bay. That's not just because of the way they finished, but
Green Bay was young.
Yes. But they're a historically good team out of the Horizon. They're going to be really good in their league. They're in the Horizon League.
Big win.
But, it was just really no real, what do I want to say? What was I trying to say? Don't remember. Anyway. But now, this weekend, as Coyote Volleyball is now 6-3, Cameron Ferris wins another Defensive Peak Performer of the Week. Her third in a row. She's swept so far 3 for 3 on getting that award. USD will host the South Dakota Classic this weekend. Drake, Wichita State, Villanova, and South Dakota. A battle of what I was telling Trevin earlier today when I got a chance to talk with him between classes a little bit. The battle of the tenured coaches. Now, if I were to I'm actually going to pull this up just so I can make sure and fact check myself. If usually you think, okay, Leanne Williamson, this is her 12th season, right? Pretty tenured coach. Take a guess on where she ranks in the most seasons coached with these teams for each of these
seasons.
Teams.
As far as what?
As tenured, like longest tenured at their program at the single.
I feel like Villanova's is ridiculously long just because they pay well.
Okay.
And then
if you were to guess out of the 4, again, Drake, Wichita State, Villanova, and South Dakota, which coach?
Since you're bringing it up, give me Villanova 1.
Okay.
Give me Wichita State. Drake 1, Villanova 2, USD 3, Wichita State 4.
Okay, you are actually completely incorrect. USD in Leanne Williamson is the least tenured coach in this South Dakota Classic. She is in her 12th
Wish
season.
that's how it was for football.
Yeah, amen. She is in her 12th season as the coach of the South Dakota Coyotes. Coming in second or third, I guess, would be Darren McBroom of the Drake Bulldogs. He is in his 13th season for Drake. Coming in second is head coach Josh Steinbach of Villanova in his 19th season.
But I wonder how much he gets paid.
And the Wichita State Shockers head coach, Chris Lamb, he started coaching in the season of 1999. He is in his 26th season at the helm. And they have a massive roster, by the way, 27 people on the roster. So it was kind of a pain to try to fit that all in to here. But, this is I nicknamed it the Battle of Tenured Coaches, 26th season.
Wonder how much this Josh Steinbach gets paid. I'm looking.
You try to find that.
It's tough to find.
Are they a state school?
See, no, they're private.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Yeah, I'm not.
Good luck with that. Anyway, here's your schedule.
Here we doing that Kawhi Leonard type stuff.
Maybe. Drake versus Wichita State, 4:00 on Thursday. Villanova against South Dakota, 7:00 on Thursday. That game will be right here on KAOR. Myself will be the in-stadium voice for both of these games.
What day?
Thursday
Thursday
the 18th. On Friday the 19th, I will be the voice of neither of these games because I have high school football. But Drake will take on Villanova at 4:00, and then South Dakota will host Wichita State at 7 p.m. And then on Saturday, currently scheduled for 11 a.m., hopefully they push that back to 10, or else it's going to be a nightmare for us marketing folks. Wichita State and Villanova, Saturday at 11 p.m., and Drake against South Dakota, 5 o'clock, a little Coyote Bulldog doubleheader on Saturday.
That's cool, man.
1 p.m. in the Dome, 5 p.m. inside the Sanford Coyote Sports Center. Blackout family weekend. Be there.
So what it
Get your
sounds
tickets
like,
at goyotes.com.
what it sounds like, Cole, is you're not going to be at the radio meeting or the newspaper meeting
Correct.
tomorrow. Oh my.
That is
I
correct.
have to deduct some points from your grade.
Probably 10 points. I'm going to miss a meeting. Also going to miss next week's, I think.
It's all right.
No,
It's all
I
right.
won't miss next
We'll
week's.
compensate as long as you sign up and put a story idea.
Yeah,
in.
I will. I'll get
the
a story
budget done.
idea, and I'll be there. Don't you worry about that.
I won't make any story ideas because, well, I don't know how to do this. I got to talk to Janet about it because, like, I want to make story ideas, but then my story ideas might match your story ideas. You know?
I say just do it.
Okay.
That's what I say anyway. But
What do you say, little man?
I say a lot. I talk a lot. You know that.
Should we talk about some football?
We should. We shall.
Shall
South
we?
Dakota soccer went 0-1-1 on the weekend.
How are we this far behind in their schedule?
What do you mean?
Well, we were supposed to be on to the Vikings at 6:20.
Well, that's all right. Stuff happens. That's the volleyball screenshot, actually. I
Yeah.
might not have these pulled up. But they took a draw to Northern Colorado on Thursday, 1-1. Both teams scored in the first. Nobody scored in the second. It was a great second half of soccer to announce on the Summit League Network for the South Dakota Coyotes. 1-1 draw. Then they traveled to Omaha on Sunday, took on Creighton, took a 4-0 loss to a pretty good Creighton squad. That means, if memory serves me correctly, and I can pull it up here as the records 4-2-3, Summit League play starts very soon. Not quite this Sunday, as they take on Wyoming for Latin and Hispanic Heritage Day, 1 p.m. Sunday, First Bank and Trust Soccer Complex. Summit League play begins next Sunday, the 28th. They will host St. Thomas. They host 3, travel for 2, host 1, travel for 2. So 4 and 4. That sounds about right. But yeah, there you go. There's the rest of your soccer schedule. Already, if they were to lose out, which they won't, but if they were, they would still finish with a better record than they did last season. So already off to a very good start. And a couple of these draws, in the game against Northern Colorado, they had plenty of chances. They went off the crossbar twice and off the post twice and missed. So a lot of chances for a win there. Scrappy team. They're going to be good. What are you doing?
I'm just goofing around with. I didn't know you could do this.
I just noticed that. I'm like, why is this? At one point looked up here and
Sick.
yes, there's your USD sports update. What in the? You just your shoulder cut off because of the microphone.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
I'll stop.
That's your Coyotes soccer update. Now we move to the NFL. Dun, 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 dun.
Weirdly enough, Cole,
Yes.
the trend breaks when
Yeah.
Charlie consecutively takes the Vikings.
Yeah.
They've never lost until last Sunday.
What's also broken right now? The
Everyone.
Vikings injury report because it's too long. Made 2 pages for that thing almost.
Should I get the injury report up just for fun?
Yeah. Either you or I can.
Here, you pull it up.
Yeah.
Going into the game, we had injuries, right? We had, our $71 million left tackle. Probably more than that now. Van Ginkel out with a concussion. CJ Ham, Harrison Smith, not in this game with previous injuries. Going into the ball game, Cole. Who else am I missing here? before the game started.
Harrison Smith.
I got that. Darisaw, Van Ginkel,
Mm,
and Ham. CJ Ham.
yeah, CJ Ham.
I said that.
Darisaw. I think that's all.
Yeah. All right, Cole.
You ready for this?
Yep. Hit us.
There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 people on the injury report.
Now, mind you, there's 11 guys that make up a team.
Correct. Christian Darisaw with his knee.
He did practice today, by the way.
A full participant in practice. The other full participant was Josh Oliver with his ankle. So there's some decent news.
Some news.
Jonathan Grenard, limited with an oblique injury. Donovan Jackson, limited with a wrist. Theo Jackson, limited with a hip. Ryan Kelly did not practice with a concussion. Austin Keys, limited with a groin injury.
He's been out for a while.
Yeah. J.J. McCarthy did not practice with an ankle injury. They're guessing 2 to 4 weeks. So that's great. Jeff Okuda, full participant. I think I already said him.
Which is nice to have. Well, it's nice to have him back. A cornerback who can actually wants to tackle.
Yep. Josh Oliver, limited with an ankle. So I misspoke earlier, but that's all right. Justin School did not practice with a concussion. Harrison Smith, limited with an illness. And Andrew Van Ginkel, limited with a concussion. It just seemed like at one point in the game.
that is our of our
the tweet
$257 million we can spend on our team a year. That's got to be 60 to 70% of the team.
That's up there. So I just looked up on Twitter, Vikings injury report. There was that tweet with the full report, and the tweet right below it. The Vikings injury report is going to look like a CVS receipt. So just to show you the state of what's happening. Yeah,
we talked about it.
The game.
I don't remember.
The game stunk.
It did. I don't know if I want to talk about it very much.
It more than stunk. It was bad. The Falcons, Bijan Robinson made us look like a 8th grade football team,
and the defense kept us in the game. Our offense was.
Our O-line had more holes in it than Swiss cheese.
Not saying something.
They couldn't block a butterfly.
I don't. Morgan wouldn't block a butterfly. Say that. Cole, I'll ask you this, and we talked about it during the game.
Yes, sir.
I think during the game. It might have been after, a little bit after. You said to me, well, geez, if we would have gone out there and played a couple preseason games or at least a few more drives, we would be, more physically able, more physically fit, understanding maybe what we're seeing, Everyone, at this point, you almost got to cut the preseason because it's doing no good. They say that joint practices are nice, but the preseason's really just to cut down your roster to 53.
Yep, pretty much.
And that's annoying.
Pretty much.
It's a sad game, sad day. J.J. McCarthy hurt. Joe Burrow comes into town 08 this weekend. Of course, Morgan and I buy tickets right behind the Bengals bench.
Like 8 rows. Bench, yeah.
And we were like, oh, yeah, let's go. We get to watch J.J. McCarthy. Joe Burrow.
J.J. McCarthy versus Joe Burrow. CBS's A Crew. Let's
go.
Let's go. One day later, Carson Wentz versus Jake Browning. Still CBS's A Crew, by the way.
Because they already started prepping for the production.
Yeah, they already had it. They've had those picked out for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Do I have a buzzer on here? Sure enough, I do. You can't hear it on the stream, but
just imagine it.
Yeah, that's a big buzzer. What else do I have on here? It's been a while since I've looked on this thing. Thunder? Okay, that's interesting. That's just a straight up thunderstorm. All right. Yeah, listen. A lot of season left.
This is
a very
Carson Wentz takes us to the promised land.
Here's the deal. If you can guard Jamar Chase, unlike what who they play last week? Who did the Bengals play last week? Doesn't matter.
Jags.
Yes. If you can guard Jamar Chase and not let him get 40 fantasy points like what the Jags did, you'll be fine.
Tyson Campbell got bullied last week, though. Bullied because he's like 5'9" or 5'10".
Yeah. And Travis Hunter couldn't guard him either.
Travis Hunter, yeah.
Don't even get me started on that. Listen,
was that a pass interference? Yes or no?
I don't know. I didn't watch a single second of the game, to be honest with you.
I
definitely
Hunter
did.
Really, really questionable pass interference call.
Well, did they call it or not?
Yes, they called it.
Oh, well, then it was probably pass interference. Gotta go with the referees. But here's the
Them
deal: if
dang-darn
you
referees.
can guard Jamar Chase, we'll be fine. Run the rock.
We be good.
Aaron Jones also.
Yeah.
I don't know if he was on the injury report or not, but he's on the IR.
Is strung as ham.
Yeah. So welcome back. You guessed it. I just forgot his name.
Jordan Mason.
Nope. The guy they brought, Cam Akers.
Oh.
Welcome back, Cam Akers. The yearly return. It's like that. It's the OG vine of the presser walking in. Hello, hello, hello. That's just him every year. Every year. It's all right. We'll be fine.
He
A lot of season left. Packers still suck. Shout out our boys in 101. I know they're watching. Maybe. Packers stink. Skull Vikes.
Packers always stink. I think the Packers are getting a little high-headed. And
Yeah.
Packers fans are getting a little high-headed.
Well, one in particular.
Yeah. Wonder.
The guy with the Packers.
Packers.
The Packers. I want to be a Packer fan dressed in green and gold. There's an old lady that pops on my Instagram every single day. She's been singing that song for 90 days. Brats, beers, and burps.
Brats, beers, and
Shout out
burps.
to whatever her name is. No free shout outs here in KAOR, but shout out her.
Huh.
I can't think of her name now.
And she's on TikTok or Instagram?
Yeah, TikTok. I want to be a Packer fan dressed in green and gold.
Is she the lady? Oh,
Some, at least it's what I'm told. I don't remember the whole song, but yeah.
Huh.
Shout out. Yeah, Vikings won.
Let's go through the slate last week, Cole. Let's talk about we got some time.
I'll breeze through it quite quickly. We don't have much time, but
We got some, not much.
last week, Packers beat the Commanders 27-18 in no real big surprise to anybody. Eagles beat the Chiefs. Actually, I'm going to work backwards because this goes in the wrong order. Rams beat the Titans 33-19. Patriots beat the Dolphins 33-27. Niners over the Saints 26-21. Bills destroy the Jets 30-10. Seahawks over the Steelers 31-17. The Seahawks team, by the way, if their offense can play like that every week, their defense is going to carry them through a lot of
Sammy D
games.
threw 3 picks in the first half.
I know, but listen, if their offense could be anything competent, they'll be
Hey,
solid.
Cole, you know who the difference maker is? Gray Zabel,
True.
offensive
True.
rookie of the year.
True. Lions. Who? Lions defeated the Bears 52-21, as they should. Bears still, statistically, the last team in the NFC North. Cowboys beat the Giants 40-37 in overtime. What a disgusting fourth quarter and overtime of that game. I mean, just disgusting. Like, it was so, like, the sickos committee on Twitter thought it was good. It was that disgusting. Because they're sickos. It was just so greasy. Anyway, it's fun to watch.
It was fun to watch.
It was just so, it was so bad it was good. Because I wanted neither team to win. I was hoping they were going to tie.
Gross, man.
Bengals scraped by the Jags 31-27. RIP Joe Burrow. 3 months. Right?
At least, yeah, at least.
Ravens beat the Browns 41-17 and a score that shocked nobody. Colts defeated the Broncos in an absolute just disgusting choke by the Broncos 28-9-28. They came out after they interviewed the referee post game, and he's like, "Yeah, that was just textbook leverage. You can't put your hands on the back of a guard and lift off." And that's exactly what he did.
ABC just took Jimmy Kimmel off.
Really?
Yes.
Like effective immediately?
Effective immediately, based off of
RIP late night television.
well,
It hasn't been
Colbert's
good. It hasn't been good since Johnny Carson.
For real.
And he was
or Letterman. Letterman.
That's true. Yeah, I suppose.
Letterman got done and just went full off the grid. It was so
Yeah, he
funny.
did.
I love it.
Cardinals beat the Panthers in a disgusting showing, 27-22. They tried losing that game. Eagles defeated the Chiefs 20-17. Eagles all linemen false start on every single tush push, but that's not why they lost. Chiefs should have had 17 more points. They're all whining on Twitter. And the Falcons beat the Vikings 22-6. In what was originally what I thought was going to be a really great setup for Monday Night Football, turned out to be terrible because it went so late. Bucks beat the Texans 20-19 and 6 o'clock, and at 9 o'clock, Chargers beat the Raiders 20-9. How about this? We don't schedule Thursday night doubleheaders. Let's stop scheduling Monday night doubleheaders.
For real.
You wouldn't.
That's dumb.
You wouldn't schedule a Sunday Night Football doubleheader, would you? No, you would not. You wouldn't have a game start at 5:30 and then 7:30 on Sunday night, would you? No. Now the whole 6 o'clock kickoff. We were talking about this over at 101 because we were watching the game. Great idea. I mean, whoever came up with the 6 o'clock kickoff for the first Monday night game, great idea.
For real. You get done.
Because it finishes up.
East Coast, they're getting done right at work.
Yeah.
No, they're done for 2 hours. There we go.
Yeah.
And it for folks who are Central Time, you got an hour. And then for folks on Mountain Time, right at work,
you literally
West Coast,
you finish stuff up and you're like, oh, it's time to eat. I wonder what's going to be on TV. The NFL, genius, genius. And it was on ABC too. Do that. And then the second game was just terrible. Chris Fowler sounded.
Yeah,
I didn't even know.
I was going to ask you about.
I didn't know it was him until they showed him. I'm like, who is this? Because I'm weirdly in tune with who's calling like big games.
Oh, yeah, me too.
So I can recognize all their voices. And it was just, I'm like, who is this?
How did you feel?
And then they showed him in the booth, and I'm like, there's no way.
How'd you feel about the color commentary in that one?
It was interesting.
Dan
Orlovsky does a solid job.
He does, but Louis Riddick doesn't shut his trap.
I agree.
I'm like, come on.
Like, Dan Orlovsky is a top 5 ESPN analyst right now. All time.
For real.
Maybe not all time. But you get what I mean.
Yeah.
He does a morning show and he's awesome. He calls in a McAfee. He's like, that guy's football's his deal.
Yeah. Playing
football, he ran to the back of the end zone, but I would too if I was being chased by Jared Allen. All right, let's be real. But yeah, I don't know. It was fine.
Funny guy.
Chris Fowler, you could barely hear him because his voice was shot from calling Georgia, Tennessee.
Well, and then don't blame the guy, but
yeah, why is he doubling up? Like it's normally fine. Like if you're gonna do color commentary, like Kirk Herbstreit Thursday night and football, color commentary is a different beast,
right?
Or yeah, it's just I don't know what I did not recognize him. I'm like, who is this?
Yeah,
anyway,
not good.
The second game stunk, by the way, too. The Raiders, Geno Smith.
I don't play the buzzer. For real.
Anyway, quickly breeze through this week. Bills are 12-point favorites against the Dolphins on Thursday. That should be flexed to Tuesday. No, they should have played that today.
The Vikings game. It should have been Tuesday night at 2 a.m.
Nobody's going to watch that. Noon slate, Falcons, Panthers, Packers, Browns. Packers a mortal max lock in this game. If they lose this game, it'd be hilarious, but it's the Browns.
Boy, just wait till you get to El Chucko's.
You think so?
No.
Texans, Jags, that'll be all right. Steelers, Patriots will be a classic AFC rock fight. Rams, Eagles on Fox, Jets, Buccaneers. I think that's going to be actually a solid game if Justin Fields can play decent. Colts, Titans at noon. Raiders, Commanders at noon. And then, of course, Vikings, Bengals.
Catch ya boy.
CBS.
If we do go to the game, catch ya boy and Morgan.
Are you going?
I don't know.
Are you?
I don't know. We will be, if we do go, on the 38-yard line on the left-hand side of your screen. So the 38 on the left-hand side if you're trying to find us behind the Bengals bench.
Yep.
Morgan will be wearing her J.J. McCarthy jersey, I believe. I'm going to be wearing Jefferson.
There you go.
Off of Pure Vibes.
Yeah.
Because I think the last time I went to a game and I wore Jefferson, they won. So we got to keep on rolling with what works.
Yeah, might as well. Unlike your picks. The afternoon slate, Broncos Chargers will be a good game. CBS. Saints Seahawks on CBS. Whatever, terrible. Cowboys Bears on Fox. Cowboys.
I like that one.
Cowboys are a 1-point favorite, so it's basically even. And then Cardinals Niners. I mean, we've got a potential for 3 really good afternoon games. I think like every game.
And then talk about the night game, Cole. Just tell us about
the night game. Chiefs Giants.
Both
what's
teams, their records, Cole?
0-2.
Cole, will you be watching that game?
No, probably.
I'm not.
I got nothing else.
We're gonna be driving back, so.
Well, yeah, I'll be solo. I won't have anything. I won't be solo. I'll be over in 101. Who am I kidding? Shout out our boys in 101. By the way, I didn't shout them out last week. They gave me crap for it. So.
I think, can't you say that? Yeah, you can. PA says it all the time.
What?
What you were gonna say?
S word?
No.
That's what I was gonna say.
Oh, okay.
That's why I had to look back quick and catch myself. And then Lions Ravens Monday night ABC. So that'll be interesting.
ABC.
But yeah, there you go. There's your Vikings slate, and there's your NFL slate.
Look
Just
at
go
that.
straight into picks
Yeah, we can get out of here.
if you want to.
I'm down.
I mean,
dude.
there's
My
really
throat hurts.
Here's the deal. South Dakota high school football. Ready for this? Huron 11 AA.
Who called that?
Upset 2 people. Probably not you.
No, I did last week. Yes, I did.
I know. We're gonna get to that point. Sioux Falls Christian is, as I predicted, 17 points better than number 2 team.
If they don't win their dome game by 30,
yeah. Sioux Falls Lincoln, if they don't win their dome game by 40, they play Jefferson in the 1-3 matchup. You know who has Jefferson played so far? The 3 worst teams in AAA. Well, O'Gorman, they're not the worst, but after that, the 2 worst teams. Jefferson will get killed. That is noted in my picks of the week this week. They will get slaughtered. All right. Let's keep on going down the ranks. Freeman Marion Freeman Academy will
clear. Unless
it'll be solid.
Here's the thing: they don't have a tradition of winning as a co-op. Freeman has a tradition of winning, but as a co-op, they don't have a tradition of winning. So
in their current co-op.
Yes, I could see that them falling apart at some point. If they get a good team, I think Elkton's still legit. If you would,
I concur with that as well.
11B
is Elk Point Jefferson's to lose.
11 AA. You think it's Elk Point Jefferson's to lose? I think Wagner has something to say.
Yeah. If Wagner beats Elk Point Jefferson, it's still Elk Point Jefferson's to lose.
Sure.
Here's the deal about Wagner. They're solid now. A lot of season left.
That
they're not used to experiencing. They're not used. Listen, I know a lot of people from Wagner. Great community. They are not experienced when it comes to cold football
or winning big games in the tournament, specifically basketball.
I do recall that is true.
Think about how many times they've gone in as the 1 or the 2 or the 3. What's their best placement with Copel? Come on, Cole.
4th last year?
Probably.
I think. But yeah, anyway. Listen, this is also a Wagner football team that at one point we had them when we were playing high school to a 4th and like 56. We have a picture of it.
As Craig Pickers rubbing out my groin.
He was. And we ran for 450 yards, I think was that game.
And then Cole Larsch, player of the game, baby.
Dang right. 13 tackles, I guess. Just because I was the last to get up off the field. That's what it was. Anyway, there's your South Dakota High School football week up. A preview for this week. Going to be some entertaining games. You'll be in Centerville for Centerville Bell Rapids St. Mary. That'll be a solid game.
I don't know. I don't want to comment on it too heavily.
Listen, here's the deal. Here's my comments on the game because you can't, but I can. Del St. Mary is very good. Centerville's going to have a tough time. Rumors of injuries, if they're true, Centerville's going to have an uphill climb. If they're true, because I haven't heard anything confirmed yet or not. But Del St. Mary's is a solid team. I've got Vermilion hosting the number 2 team, number 3 team, one of the 2, Madison, for their homecoming. Now, listen, Madison should not be the number 2 team, but they're good.
I think they're top 4.
Well, I agree. I think I actually put them 4. Let me look at my vote here. 11A. I have them 3. I think where they should be.
I think that's right.
Sioux Falls Christian, Lennox, because Lennox lost by 2 scores to Sioux Falls Christian does not mean they should get bumped down. You cannot lose to the number 1 team in what I consider a decently close game in Sioux Falls Christian standards and be moved down. Who did Madison beat last week?
Barely beat Millbank, didn't they?
Right.
Yeah.
And Millbank, they're a decent team, but it's not like they're 9-0 every year. All right. So here's the deal. I know ball. A lot of people don't.
We could really talk about this for a while. Did you see that tweet about Sioux Falls Christian and how they should be in 11 AA?
Yes.
Yeah.
By one.
Who did that?
Eric Osmus.
That's right. Not my Eric Osmus.
Correct. Not your Eric Osmus, a different one. I always get confused every time I see it. I'm like, what?
Since when does Cuz have a Twitter account?
That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, when did he get Twitter?
When does he have a following?
Right. Yeah. Anyway, but yes. It's a different one, but yes. I don't know what's interesting. But yeah, that's pretty much an entire rundown. 9B, yeah. Whatever. We'll move on to the picks of the week. Here's your standings
Closing
through 2
time.
weeks. I am in the lead. Write that down. I am in the lead by 1 pick. I went 5-1 last week. That's impressive.
Notice how Cole always takes favorites.
Who did I? Well, we're gonna find out who I took last week. Ready for this? I'm trying to queue up our music. I'll queue it up later when we're actually leaving, so that way Ethan has a little bit of time to transition. I went 5-1. You went 4-2. I am 8-4 overall. You're 7-5. I took Sioux Falls Christian over Lennox. Now I noted that it was going to be a 14-point game at least, and got that one to go. Warner had a bit of a scare with Faulkton, but there's a reason I chose this game though. Faulkton's good. They've had some tough opponents and a weird loss.
You just knew that was going to be a rock fight. We said it last week on the show.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did. We know ball. All right. There's my high school picks. I took Arizona, who is actually a home underdog, to Kansas State on Friday, and they won outright. And I took Georgia -3 against Tennessee, and they got the win. So that one was weirdly close. I had the Broncos beating the Colts. Again, that didn't happen. And the Chargers beat the Raiders in a disgusting contest. But they won.
I called the Colts game, by the way.
You did.
In high school football, I had Hill City over Harding County. Now, was that an upset? By no means. But
No.
that more proved my point that
Harding
proved
County
my
just-
point.
They just don't have it this
Okay.
year. That's fine. That's
okay,
fine.
I'm not going to continue. It just proved my point.
But that's fine to say. That's okay to say that.
In my greatest devious, like if there was a South Dakota sports book and I could bet money in Winter, South Dakota on Huron versus T, I should have put all the marbles on it because Huron beats number 2 T 16-0. What's up with T, man?
What's up?
Actually, I'm going to tell you after the show.
What's up with
T.
Double A?
I'm going to tell you what's up with T after the game
All right.
because I do know.
I got you. Make sure we're like tore down and everything, so our mics are hot too. Your college picks.
My college picks were stinky, dude.
Specifically the second one. I just like to point out the second one. Everybody's like, "Oh, Minnesota, Minnesota, Minnesota." It's a 9:00 Central kickoff. You're traveling out to Cal, and they stunk. Stunk. And who called it? This guy. I know ball.
I had number 18 USF. I don't remember what the line was over Miami. They got
Like 17.5.
Yeah. 37 was the difference there. And then Minnesota loses to Cal 27-14. My NFL picks, I had the Colts over the Broncos and the Vikings over the Falcons. We spoke about kind of weird, eerie feeling right now. Cole, I haven't had that happen to me in a long time.
Well, let's see what we're going to do here. As again, reminder of the standings, I'm in the lead. My picks for this week, I have Lincoln over Jefferson and Marion Freeman Academy over Alcester Hudson. And I have in parentheses, neither game is going to be close, in my opinion, in South Dakota high school football this week.
This is kind of Marion Freeman Academy's prove it game, if you will.
Pretty much. Because Alcester Hudson's a solid team, don't get me wrong, but you should not blow them out, but you should get them pretty good.
My high school pick, I have receiving votes, Woonsocket, Weston, and Spring Sanborn Central over Winter, taking them to 2-3.
Bold pick.
My other pick, I have Pierre TF Riggs beating Brookings. Pierre ain't dropping another game. Pierre is going to rebound because they're Pierre. And I am all over the place because Winter and Pierre are the two biggest names in South Dakota high school football history.
Yeah. And you're picking only one of them.
Only one.
I got Utah covering 3.5 against Texas Tech. Again, just preliminary lines. And I had a couple options here. I went with Miami.
I like that.
A touchdown favorite against Florida. They're going to kill them. One other one I had was Illinois is 6-point underdogs at home against Indiana. Are they traveling to Indiana? Indiana's 10 ranks below them. Anyway,
don't know.
That'll be a good game. I wish I could watch.
For sure. My pick, Cole, going to make you in the Larsch fam happy. I got Nebraska plus 2.5 over number 21 Michigan.
A lot of steam on the Cornhuskers.
I'm liking it, Cole. What do you have to say?
A couple of members of the Larsch family might be in attendance.
Oh, boy. And then I have Michigan State plus 17.5 over USC. I think that Michigan State loses. I don't think they lose by 17.5.
I like that pick.
My NFL pick, Cole, quickly, I have the Browns plus 7.5 over the Packers. Do I think they're going to win? No. Do I think the Packers are going to slow down this week and the Browns are going to do some weird stuff and it's going to be a boring game? Yes.
Joe Flacco. And then Bears over Cowboys.
Bears over Cowboys.
And then I've got
That's happening, by the way. That's happening.
Well, yeah, I believe that. I get the Packers beating the Brown stuff out of the Browns. And I've got the Ravens to defeat the Lions pretty good by 5 or more on Monday Night Football. those are our picks of the week. Charlie,
Shall we?
any final comments?
I'm hungry, man. Let's go eat.
I agree. My name's here we come. We thank you for tuning into the CharCole Sports Show. We'll be back next week right here.
Pick up a copy of the Volant.
Anywhere on campus, the Volant, or you can go to volantonline.com. There's that right there, volantonline.com. Read the whole edition. We thank you for tuning in to the CharCole Sports Show. We will see you next week, 6 to 7 p.m.